Hello everyone. We are going to start the topic with called as overloading. So already you have learned in C++ programming, that is what is the meaning of overloading method, right? The same thing is there also in the Java. What is the overloading? Okay. So you know very well that if you have two or more method, okay, in the same class, which share the same name, okay, so same class name you have, same method name you have within the class and two and more, but you have the different parameter in that. So this method is said to be overloaded, and this process will be called as your method overloading. So already we have discussed in earlier class, also in C++ we have talked about method overloading. Same thing applies here also, and same statement is giving here, like two or more method within the same class that share the same name as long as their parameter declaration are different. So their name should be, method name should be same, but the parameter will be different. Okay, so this is called as your, this method is said to be overloaded, and the complete this process is referred as method overloading. Okay, so it is one of the method, that is the features in Java, you can say that. Okay, and with help of method overloading, the Java supports polymorphism. Already we have studied about the polymorphism also, that we know that polymorphism is the ability to take more than one form. Okay, so same method name but different types of argument will be there. So when Java, what happened actually, when Java encountered that they have the some overloading method, then it simply execute the version of method whose parameter matches the argument used in call. So what is the meaning of this? This meaning is very simple. When you execute the program and you have used like method overloading concept with the same method name but different types of parameter. So when you are executing, accordingly the argument will be checked, okay, in which method how many argument has been passed, accordingly the method will be called and it will get executed. That is your this is meaning of the last sentence. So you know very well the syntax of also the method overloading is very the same as method name and your parameter list. Okay, so we'll see one small example how it is there. So we are going to just demonstrate the method overloading concept here. Okay, so you create any class, you know very well that to how to create the class name, the any class name you can give. So overloaded demo, I'm using the same program what is given into the Java complete reference, so it will be easy you for you to understand that. Okay, so same program, so it can be easily understandable. Okay, so what you are going to do, so when you declare the class, obviously after that you have to give open brace, then we have to declare the methods. So now we are going to use the method overloading concept. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to declare the method. So I am declaring the first method, that is the void test. You can see here we are not passing any parameter in the method test, and just printing a statement no parameter. This is our first method. Second method, what we are going to do, we'll create another method. So method, as we know the definition of overloading means the method should be same. So this is the second method, the method is same here, we are passing one integer parameter. Okay, so you just print the a value in that. Next method, you are going to declare the two parameter, so both are integer. So again you print this both a and b value. Okay, system.out.println, so you know that the printing statement. So this is just a simple, so we have declared now three method. So you can see here all three methods name are same, but The parameter we have passed, that is the different. The first one empty, no parameter. So second one is one parameter. Say third one method, you have the two parameters. So like that you can assign as many parameters you need into the program. And we have taken in the previous session also that how this difference between parameter and argument. So if you still not aware, please refer the previous video, even it is uploaded there in the YouTube. You can go to the playlist of object oriented concept and you can take a look on that. So now what we have to do, now we are going to create another method. So what is the method? Double test. Okay, so far you can see that I have declared with the void parameter. Now I am creating with the double. So now return type, method name is same, but argument is now double A. Okay, same way you print A. Okay, now you are going to print the, that is going to return the statement, because you have used here return statement. So you are going to print, so what you are going to give? A square. So we are going to print A square. So the class we have to close, we have closed the class. Now we have to use the main method. So what we have to do for main method? You are going to create main class. So I'll be creating as a main class overload. Now what we have to do? We have to define or declare, that is the main method. So what is the main method? Public static void main string argument. So this is the main method we have declared. Now what we have to do? We have to create the object. So how to create the object? Similar way, the class name, object name is equal to new and the class name. So with help of new, it will create the object. What is the object? OB is the object I am creating. Now we have to call all the methods. So we need some result. Okay, take the value as a result we are going to print. Okay, so now one by one all method we are going to call. Okay, so what is the first method we have? The first method is the test, and you know very well that just in previous we have seen we are not passing any parameter in the test. So ob dot test. So your object name dot your method name. So this is the first method call has happened. Okay, next what is the method? In next method we have passed only one integer. So I am passing one argument. So now this 10 is argument here, not the parameter. So 10 is argument. So ob dot test. Next we have passed two parameter, then we have to pass two arguments. So we are passing two argument. Next we want some result. So result is equal to ob dot test. Okay, so what happened? This is the, we are printing that result is equal to, so double value. Okay, so you can see here. So what happened here? The test method, so this method will call this because return type is there and we have used double. So this is not integer, so it will refer to this method double test. Okay, and then finally print the result of this and then exit. So when you compile and execute, what the output you are going to get? So you will be getting, because your first parameter, that first method call, we are given the statement as a no parameter. So that's why no parameter. Second, you have only value 10. We are printing 10 value. So we are printing 10. Second parameter is your two parameter, that means two arguments. So accordingly A and B is 10 and 20. So now result, so what is the result you are going to do? So even you have one value in double, right? So when your result is equal to ob dot test, what is the ob dot test? It will refer to this method, that is where we are giving the return statement. So first it says that print the A value. So what is the A value? 123.25. Then what is going to return a statement? A square. So what is the value? 123.25 of a square. So you will get the result as this one. So the result value is 151 you are going to get. So this way the same, it's also like the similar to the C++, the method overloading. Okay. Okay, so see guys, you all know how to run the program using Eclipse. If anyone does not know, again I'll guide you with these steps. So actually this is the, on this system it is not running, so I have downloaded some other version to execute. So once you have the Eclipse, open that folder, and in that folder I have the setup. Open the Eclipse setup. Okay, so once you open the Eclipse setup, the first time it will be asking you to default workspace. So you can change any workspace, means that you are going to select the particular folder where you are going to save your all the program. So you can select any location, even you can go with the default location, no problem, and then click OK. So once you click, you have to wait for a few seconds. The Eclipse will get loaded. Okay, so once you open the Eclipse, you'll be getting some screen. You can leave it. So what I am going to do, we have to create the Java project. So go to File, New, okay, and select the Java project. If you are not getting, you can click on Others and you can select. So Java project. Okay, you can give any project name, that is my project or anything. Okay, so you must select the which GRE you are going to use. You can see here by default there was something different, OS GI. So I am going to select GRE 1.7. on this system 1.7 is there. Okay, then I will finish it. Okay, so once you get completed, you will get the package explorer, so you can close the other things, it's not required. Okay, so this is your package explorer. So this your left side, you will be getting all your project name. Okay, down whatever the warning or error it will show you. You can see that I am getting both specified. Then there are no GRE installed in the workspace. Okay, let's see that. Okay, and then there is some outline, so even if you can close, no problem. So this is our main workspace. So whenever you are going to write the program, it is compulsory you have to write into the src directory. So what I'll do, I'll create new. What we have to create, we have to create a new class. Remember one thing, okay, so you have to create the class first. Even if you're not, you have to save the program with the same name. So I'll just create the class with the overload. So you can see what we have given here. So we have given overload. Okay, so we'll create the class, finish it. Okay, so I don't want this method because already I have, so I'll paste it, just the code. So you can start writing the code. Okay, if you are getting any place the error, it will show you the error with the left hand side on the here, so you can mark it. So I'll save this one. Okay, now it is, I hope we are not getting any place any error. So let's execute this. So just write, even you can click right click, run as, okay, Java application, or you have the top option is there called, here you can see here the run. So even you can do like this way. So whatever the method you want, you can follow it. So I'll run the application. So you can see here the same output we are getting. Okay, you can see here, right? Same output we are getting. So the first method, as we have called here, that is the ob.test, that is there is no parameter is there. You can see here no parameter. This is the first statement, it is getting printed. The second method you have called the value of a, so a is equal to 10. The third method you have passed two integer parameter, so it is two argument has been printed. Next double a, and this way the result. So this is how you can execute the program even into the Eclipse. There is not a problem that workspace need to be created. See, if you create inside the program files, then issue will be there with the permission. So don't create in the program file, except that you can create in C drive, D drive, web drive, my document, download folder, anywhere you can create. Okay, so this one, okay, this is the overloading. So guys, see, I am again specifying you all, whenever the question comes in exam, what is overloading? Write a program for overloading, or write a program to explain the overloading. What you should do, you should not write only what is overloading meaning. Write what is overloading, what is the syntax of overloading. Write three method, at least 3 to 4 method. Void test, right? Void method name bracket, leave one parameter. Next void return type method name and one parameter. Return type method name 2 parameter. Return type method name 3 parameter. Then now write the example. You can use this also, test int a comma int b, double test double, you can use. So after writing this, you have to write this program. If you not write the syntax and example into the any question, especially in the programming concept, then your exam point of view, definitely your marks will get reduced. So make sure any assignment, any question, whenever the question is there, what is inline function, what is function overloading, what is method overloading. Okay, so you should write the syntax and example. What is class, then syntax of the class. What is object, syntax of object and example. Then you proceed further. I have seen the assignment, most of you all have not followed this method. I'll be giving you again another assignment, okay, for the model 1 and model 2 by this Sunday. And for your one more information, I have created the quiz for the model 2 up to the Constructor. Kindly go to that course, I'll show you where it is, and please everyone participate it, and it should be finished by today night. Tomorrow that quiz will be not available. Okay, let's proceed now. Now something called as, you have overloading constructor. So we have seen the constructor, we know that even constructor very well. So how this overloading will apply into the constructor? So same thing is like constructor, you know the method name and constructor, that is like constructor is the having the same class name and method name, it will be called as constructor. So now you have to use the parameter into the constructor, that is the same method name, that is the same constructor name, but different type of argument, that is the different types of parameter will be becomes your overloading constructor. So what we'll do, this is the example. So we have seen in the previous example for the constructor about the creating the class with box, and we have to declare the height, width and depth of the class. After that, what we have done creation of constructor. So we have created the constructor for the box. So it is very simple, you know very well. Now only the thing is in previous and this example the difference is there. Now we are using the method name and the class name will be similar. So this is called as your constructor. And now we are going to use overloading constructor. That means you will be having many different parameter into the constructor. And remember one more thing, don't use void int in overloading constructor. Okay, we have studied return type, method name, parameter list, that is the overload method overloading. You know very well in the constructor rule no return type applies. If you see that, that means it is the compilation error. Okay, so similar way you just use the reference width is equal to w, height is equal to h. Okay, and then you use a different method you declare, so double volume. So you are going to just calculate the volume. Okay, so after finishing, so what will happen in this scenario? So when in main method we used to create object, right? So if you remember how you have to create an object, box. So what is your constructor name, or you can say the class name, object ob, that is object name, that is the reference instance reference you are going to create, is equal to new and box. If you create like this, then obviously it will give error, because our topic says that the concept says here overloading constructor, but here in the constructor we are not passing any parameter. So if you use like this, definitely this program will not execute, it will give you the error, because it says that you have to pass the parameter here. It is compulsory to pass the argument. Okay, so you have to do that, otherwise it will not execute. So if you are writing in this way, it will not execute. So what we supposed to do? So for that you have to follow this way method, same example, okay, same program, and only changes will be there while creating the object. So let's see that. So what we'll do, same way we'll create the box class, initialize, that is declare the variable width, height and depth as a double return type. Then now call the constructor, so double w, you know very well. Okay, then width is equal to same reference. Okay, now we are creating another constructor, you can see here, with no parameter, right? So where we are declaring width is equal to -1, use -1 to indicate. Okay, so height is equal to -1, depth is equal to -1. Okay, this is the another constructor, that is the no parameter is there. Okay, close it. Now come to the main class. So okay, one more constructor will create. So what is that? That is the, will pass the parameter as a double. Okay, now what will happen here, your height, width and depth is equal to, all are equal to the length. Okay, so all are similar values. Okay, now you have to compute the return value. So similar way, double volume, return height into width into depth. Okay, close it. Okay, now come to the main method, that is you have to create the main class now, class overload constructor. Okay, cons we have written, that is constructor. So what we do, we first write the main method. So in main method, now the main thing will come. What we have to do, you can see here now, what we have done here, we have passed the argument. So if you are not passing the argument while creating the object, then obviously your program will not execute, it will give error, because we are using the overloading constructor. So it compulsory to pass the argument here. If you are not passing the argument here, then it will give error. So what we are going to know, we have to create one object, that is the myBox1, pass the argument. So we had 3 parameters, so we are passing 3 argument, 10, 20, 50. Next, we don't have any parameter, so we are passing no parameter, just we are using my box 2. Next, I am creating another object, that is the my cube, where we are passing the value as a 7. So we have created 3 objects here: my box 1, my box 2 and my cube. Let's see that how you are going to call this method. So we need to get the volume. So again here similar way, declare double volume. So volume is equal to, how you are going to calculate for first, so your first object my box 1, then your method name, that is the volume. So it will calculate the volume. So 10 into 20 into 15 and print this result. So system.out.println, volume of my box 1 is plus volume, so it will print the volume 1. Okay, next for the second box, so second box similar way, volume is equal to, what is that, your object. What is the object name? My box 2. So my box 2 dot volume. So again volume we have to print here, so we are going to print here. Next, for getting the volume for cube, okay, so next similar way, volume is equal to, what is the object name? My cube dot volume, method name. So print this statement. So that's all. So when you execute this, what will happen? You will get the result for my box, because here you have 10 into 20 into 15. Here you have declared as a double, that is height, width and length is all are equal to -1. So obviously -1 into -1 into -1, it will be -1 only. And volume of my cube, that is you have declared as a double, so it is now 343.0. This way it will get executed. So let's see this program also. So we'll copy this over. Okay, so see what you have to do. Again in the source file you have to create another file. Remember one thing, or you can create the class. If you not remember, you just create the go to other, or you can click on file. So what is your file name? You should remember the class name. What is the class name we have used here? Just take a look here. So what is the class name you have used? Overload const. So you have to use this. See, and you have to give the dot java, okay, and then finish it. So now this is created. Now what you have to do? Just we'll copy and paste the entire our code. See, we are not getting any error. Any error is there? No. Okay, fine. So just save it. Now similar way, just right click, run as Java application. So see that we are getting the same output what I have given on the presentation. So this way it will get executed. So you can see here, first your constructor, that is your past 3 parameter, okay, so it will first box, it will call this one. Second one, what happened? You have called all value is equal to -1. So all are equal to -1. Obviously if you multiply height into width into depth, it will become -1 only. Then next double, so we have used here double, so all is equal here. So what is the value you have passed here into this? We have passed the value as a 7, right? So when you calculate, that means 7 into 7 into 7. So that is the result, 343. So like this way you will get executed. See, if you do the mistake, let's do the mistakes in uh, Eclipse and get what way we can find out the error. So see, the moment you have the error into the Eclipse, okay, so in the your Java program, so you can see here you will be getting a red symbol with the cross, and when you put the cursor just on the cross symbol, so it says that syntax error, insert semicolon to complete the statement. See, the answer is given here only. It is saying that please insert the semicolon. So if you miss this also, let's see, I'll remove one more closing brace. See, when I remove the closing brace, what is said that syntax error, insert closing parenthesis bracket to complete class body. We have not completed the class. So if you, let's compile it, we'll get to run the Java application. Okay, see that there is so many error we got. Okay, so what are the error we got it here? Exception in main thread, because so what are the exception? Unresolved compilation problem. What is that? Syntax error semicolon to complete a statement. Syntax error semicolon. Syntax error closing brace. So it is clearly it is saying that. So what you have to do? You have to change accordingly. So this way you can find out easily. See, there is no cross mark anywhere. So easily you can understand I don't have any error in the program. Okay, so this is how you can do in Eclipse. Any question?